Welcome back. The Augustinium Secondary School in Windhoek has launched an ambitious 30 million Namibia dollar infrastructure overhaul aimed at transforming its learning environment. Now, the project seeks to modernize classrooms and upgrade science and computer laboratories, improve sports facilities, as well as enhance sanitation and security infrastructure, all with the goal of providing learners with a safe, innovative, and future-ready educational space. Joining us to discuss this major initiative is Leonard Witbeen, the initiator of the Augustinium Secondary School project. Leonard, good evening and welcome.
Nina, it's great to be here. Good evening to you and to our viewers as well.
Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Well, this is quite a big project. 30 million Namibian dollars, not small. So talk to us about, the inspiration behind this innovation initiative.
Thank you, Nina.
Initiative, yeah.
First of all, the NDP 6 and Vision 2030 were the leads towards this. Secondly, it was research done to improve what is already existing. So by speaking to the community immediately around Augustinium, but first starting with the community in the school, led to it's not performing and it's not contributing towards these two visions, which our current president, Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, put out as the pillars of what we would like to achieve as a nation. If and when we look at it, we'll note that developed nations like China had ambitions of that nature, similar to our NDP 6, industrialization, beneficiation of our mineral resources. The question is then bagged, how do we as Namibians currently living contribute to something that's 4 years from now? And it's either now or never. So looking at it at a 30 million is a very little investment towards our children, the ones that would then become our engineers, our scientists, our agricultural specialists, our doctors. These are those people, and they're alive now, and they need us now to step up as the previous high scholars and the current adults in the capacity to say, I will get the funds, we will renovate, and we can only give you this much. And as you said in your intro, we're thinking about modernization. It has to be not an ordinary science lab. It cannot be an ordinary library. It has to be state-of-the-art ICT infrastructure, not to forget the Ministry of Education's emblem of holistic education. So we're talking about sports fields as well. That's athletics, rugby, basketball, netball, and tennis.
Fantastic. Well, Augustinium, as everybody knows, is one of the longest-standing schools, not only in Namibia, Windhoek, but in Namibia as a whole. So I can just imagine, after so many years of existence, that there is quite a bit of work that probably needs to be done. So give us a breakdown, if you can, of how this 30 million will be divided, and of course, which areas are most urgently in need of intervention.
Good. Reverting back to the term holistic education, that encompasses sports as well as academics, to look at it that way. So the sports infrastructure needs urgent upgrading. We're talking about irrigation systems here. We're talking about entirely an overhaul of their track and field activities, not to forget the building of a new pavilion, if you will. Further to that, the technical block needs revamping as well. We're talking ventilation. We're talking about smart boards, state of the art, similar to the backgrounder with us, where the teachers can actually use technology to advance our children, easily access YouTube to show our children, this is what you can attain if you sustain this course of a C, B, A, and A plus symbol. Further to that, if you would like to be a doctor, these are the universities. Now imagine that in a classroom setup. In Kommersdal, in Namibia, in Windhoek. That's the primary idea. State of the art, nothing less. That's where the 30 million comes in. The field alone will cost us about 8.5 million. That's the pavilion to accommodate about 5,000 spectators. You will also note a little later, as we will say, we're looking about self-sustainability to the extent where the Education Ministry does not have to give a certain subsidy to this institution every year, or if they wish to, they can do so. However, the school will be able to sustain itself through the incomes it can make. Speaking to a netball coach recently gave a few details. The courts around the city that they can access are not up to national standard. For Augustinium to rise to national standard soccer field, rugby field, tennis, basketball and netball courts means this becomes an attractive school that can sustain itself by earning an income by providing this service to the community.
100%.
That's it. In terms of infrastructure, we're talking at the least 20 million. The 2 million that then is left is meant for security, for fencing, and other activities and contingencies, just in case something pops up. But we're talking 30 million investment in one institution. Nina, I should say at this point in time, research further has proven that speaking to Yillam, Herman Gemeiner, St. Andrews, Gamams, Acacia, El Dorado, Ella Duplessis, and Comastura, the high schools and the primary schools, proved one thing. For their learners to aim for Augustinium means they improve at the school where they are. That means that school standards improves. That's what we're aiming for. How does Augustinium's rise influence everyone else? That's it. If all of us can academically up ourselves, especially the 12 schools that are around Augustinium, that means academic standards for the Khomasdal community would rise to a certain level. And that is why we call this project a pilot model. If this can be implemented by the ministry with its funding or that of private partners, what are the results? It's just beauty all the way.
Well, you've mentioned quite a lot, and I understand that the project timeline estimated around this project is about 6 to 8 months once, funding has been secured. But how realistic is that target with everything that you've mentioned you want to give a facelift to?
Good. It has been a great pleasure to visit the institution and do a little bit of spot checks. We're talking irrigation, ventilation, the smart boards that I referred to. So the research I did proved that most of these activities under the list of activities can run concurrently, such as the science lab can run alongside the library that we'd like to modernize, as well as the schools field, for instance. The painting can run concurrently alongside any other activities, such as the upgrade of the netball, basketball, or soccer fields, if you will. So a lot of activities under this project can run concurrently. That's where the 6 to 8 months comes in, of which the first month is purely for design. The last month is for spot checks and all to head it over to our principal, Mr. Matengu. Not to forget our esteemed minister, Dr. Sanet Steenkamp, and our super energetic deputy minister, Dino Balotti, alongside their executive directors, Paulus Nikembwa and Edda Bon. That is it. Them being there with the parents and the community members is the final result we aim for. But realistic, yes. Attainable, yes. And it has been done before in countries outside of our borders, meaning it's attainable.
I love that spirit. Well, of course, you mentioned the importance of involving communities, and we know that Augustinium is really a historic institution in Windhoek. So how important is it for the broader community and corporate Namibia, etc., to rally behind this project?
Good. If we speak of investment, we're talking about creating a safe, modern, self-sustainable institution to the extent where you do not have to reinvest as an investor in that institution. If you look at it historically, this is a legacy school, meaning our late president, Hageji Gengop Schools there. We have figures like Dr. Itula, who was the chairman of that board. That makes the school something phenomenal, but 31 classrooms, a 3-story building designed in the 1960s. That makes it amongst only a few schools within the Khomasdal area, not to forget Karutura, that have 3 stories. I walked the school myself, and I did not go to the gym that day. So the architectural structure of the school is so beautiful to the extent where it is worth it to invest in an architecture like that, complemented by learners scoring only C, B, A, and A+ symbols, making that school a perfect place to invest in. Not only for now, bear in mind, if you do it now, these grade 8s turn out to be grade 12.
Long-term investments,
in 4 years. That's where your results come through. But for high schools, it's measured in grade 9 output, grade 11 output, and grade 12. So your results will surely be visible by next year itself, because we will create the perfect ecosystem for learners that are high performance to come into the school with the perfect environment for them to thrive in. So we're looking to also, in addition to the refurbishment, attract high-performance learners. So the ultimate goal is HPC, a high-performance center, established in Khomasdal as a pilot model school, replicable anywhere else in the country upon its success. But like I said, the success is attainable.
Just in closing, Leonard, and very briefly, talk to us about the type of support it is that you're seeking from stakeholders, and what would you say to potential funders who, you know, may still be undecided about getting on board with this incredible project?
Got it. Passion drives projects is what I noted. And again, through the research done for this project, I will have to do an oversight on it alongside the ministry. And my competence levels show, yes, I can be there on a daily basis. So that means your investment is worthwhile. A candidate that fits the position is already there. But further to that, it's if you're undecided at this point in time and you have a little funding to spend, go for Augustinium. Impact through Augustinium 12 other schools, including primary schools, including high schools. I, for one, think that if ever you come on board, you will get a return on investment. Obviously, not monetarily, but the results we will work towards and the presentation of quarterly reports will show to you, not in words, but through action, that results can be attainable as nationals, Namibians. We together can actually achieve something we at times think we cannot.
Yeah.
This is worth it. This is worth your time. And in about a year's time, you should see something happening.
Leonard Witbeen, we wish you all the best, and this is really a huge project and that we want to see succeed. So we'll be keeping a close eye, and thank you so much for being here this evening. We appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me, Nina.
Thank you so much. Well, it's Friday, as you know, and that means it's Hot Topic Day. So after this very brief break, that's exactly